Panovich? Sam?
Panayotovich.
Panayotovich.
So sorry.
Sam Panayotovich. Well, Sam, I haven't seen you in ages. I didn't even know you were still around. Hi, Sam. How are you? Hello, Sam.
Didn't recognize my new haircut.
No, you have the same haircut, you know.
No, I spent 10 minutes combing it, and then I forgot to wear it. I've been here before. My name's Sam Panayotovich. I'm a consultant with BP Consultants, and I guess all I'm here to do today to ask you is that, and let me go back a little bit. I'm a former state rep. I was elected to State General Assembly in '82, and I introduced a video gaming bill back then. I'm a former bar owner. I owned a bar in the south side of Chicago. I owned a bar in Springfield. So I know what it takes to make payrolls and everything, stuff like that. In the '80s, we thought video gaming could have been a good thing. So it's taken from, I think, '84, '85 until now for the General Assembly to pass it. I have faith in the Gaming Board. The chairman of the Gaming Board is Aaron Jaffe, who's a former state representative, who's a former judge. I have faith in the Gaming Board. Look at how long they've held that 10th license because they're worried about that 10th license to be clean. I would hate for Will County, Joliet, any area to really rush to judgment as fast as anybody's trying to do without looking and seeing what they're saying. Now, originally, when we were talking about passing this bill, we only wanted 3 machines in establishments and 5 machines that would go into the fraternal organizations. The state, in their wisdom, said that they thought 5 would be good because 5 is going to bring in an establishment, potentially, by the numbers they gave us, $11,000 per machine per establishment, which is $55,000 basically per establishment for the local municipalities, which is the 5% you get. So all I'm here today is to tell you that I wouldn't, if I was sitting in your spot, and I did sit in your spot as a legislator, rush to any judgment real quick. And the story, let's hear what's out there. And I keep hearing this crack cocaine of gambling comment. Do you know where that came from?
Yes.
Do you know who used the crack cocaine?
Yes, Brown University study by a professor by the name of, I know it's here in my notes, but it came from Brown University study.
And then he retracted it about 6 months later. But who used it in Illinois? The former indicted, impeached governor got up in front of the crowds and said, "This is crack cocaine of gambling." I'm just telling you, don't rush to judgment. You can do this at any time you want. You can obviously go to your towns and villages, and you have some bar owners here and talk to them in their local liquor license, where in this case here, your county executive gives out liquor licenses in charge of it. Talk to your businesses. Talk to your families out there. You're the ones that are going to decide it. But all I'm asking you to do is just don't rush to judgment. I think it's a great idea. You're going to have hearings, and you should hear from everybody. But let the state, let Aaron Jaffe and the committee have their time. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Nice seeing you, Sam. Okay, do we have any other
Mary
speaker?
Goins.
Mary Goins.
And then that's in general.
Okay.
Mary Goins, G-O-I-N-E-S. I was asked specifically to spell it. In the Will County area, we have 2 casinos, off-track betting, racetracks, Vegas nights at churches. We have a lot of gambling. It's not something that has just come up, but it's been around for a while. A lot of the municipalities are not opposed to the gaming. Joliet, so far, has not opposed it. Some of the local municipalities haven't opposed it. So it would be discriminatory in a way to take it away from the 44 people that would be involved Maybe not all will agree that they want it, but I will tell you, there are gaming machines in a lot of different locations. None of that revenue gets sent to the state. That belongs to the person who owns the gaming machine. They're for amusement, but when you put your quarter in there, the person who owns the machine gets the quarter. Now the state will get 30% of that money, and my understanding is that the local municipality will get 6%. So all I'm asking you is have an open mind, think about it. Not everything is as bad as it looks sometimes. There are very many small operations, small businesses that are going down the tubes with the economy. This would help some of them survive. So I would ask you to at least think about it. Don't rush to judgment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Okay, that concludes our speakers. Now, there's one thing I want to make clear. This county has not taken a position one way or the other. I personally have taken a position as the chairman of the county board, but the board has not taken a position. And that's why we will have a process, and we'll have and eventually get to a vote whether we're going to allow video poker in bars and local communities. So I'm going to kind of open it up to the floor. If any board members like to make comment. Yes, Joe?
We're going to a referendum in February, Jim.
You know, I think this is.
The public will speak.
Look, I look at it this way. We're elected to make these decisions. The legislature, which I thank them for, gave local authorities the option. If the legislature, you know, and I assume that the legislature wanted these discussions and debates to go on a local level, or otherwise they wouldn't have put it in the legislation. They wanted communities to decide for themselves on a local basis. I don't know how we would do a referendum, since every jurisdiction decides for themselves. We make decisions for the unincorporated areas only. So I don't know how that would work, Joe. I mean, unless every municipality was going to agree to whatever a overall referendum was countywide, whether to ban it countywide or allow it countywide. So I don't know how. I don't think a referendum would really work in this instance, because every municipality, every jurisdiction that issues liquor license will have to decide for themselves. That's why I don't think it would be practical. So, yes, Mr. Brooks.
Mr. Chairman, if the Will County Board as a whole took a stand, whether it be yay or nay, then will it be up to the some 35 cities and villages of Will County to make a decision within themselves whether or not they want video gaming in their town or village?
That would be correct. Every municipality, every unit of government that issues a liquor license would decide for themselves locally. We would only be making a decision for the unincorporated areas of Will County.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Wally?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, you know, I'm willing to keep an open mind on this, but personally, I think gambling is a bad idea. We have two establishments here, Harrah's and Empress. I believe that this would probably undermine their business, and they've spent millions in our community, and just today have donated a check and provide some monies for different various organizations that do good in our community. So at this point, I don't know that gambling's are really a good thing. It's not. I don't know that it's really productive. And the points that you brought out earlier with people going down to the local bar and losing their rent money, their mortgage, their grocery money, you have it, or what have you, you know, are somewhat valid. So at this point, I'll keep an open mind, but I think it's probably a bad idea.
Okay. I'll get you next. Get Mr. Costa.
Yeah, I take a little bit different approach to this. I'm ultimately not going to support this, but for a different reason than most. I don't think, well, I don't really care what people do with their money. I think they have the right to do what they want, make the decision if they want to gamble or not gamble. So I'm not going to get into that part of it. I'm going to vote no because it's going to place a huge burden on the taxpayers of Will County to come up with people to regulate it, to watch over, oversight, and all that stuff. So I look at this purely as a money issue for the residents of Will County, for the taxpayers, and I don't think it's a good idea to spend their money towards that.